listening to Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant.
Ooh, just like that, we're back. What's up, you guys?
Hey. What's up?
Hey,
Man,
Kel.
Truly Unruly, episode 2. Jessica Trufant, Marcus Trufant. I'm Kel. Our first episode, we left off talking about kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Everything's kids. Yeah.
I mean, we got hell of them, so you
5
can't help
of
but
them.
talk about them.
Okay, so I kind of wanted to know this. Did you guys go to birthing classes for the first kid?
Actually, we tried.
Yeah?
We tried, and I was put on bed rest shortly after that, so we had to stop going to the birthing classes, even though they were really boring.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I remember them being that bad, kind of
Are you serious?
just sitting in there, kind of.
Exactly, just sitting in there.
Yeah.
Like piece of paper, watching videos of like heads come out of vagina. I was like, okay, well, I'm having a C-section, so why are we doing
get to
this?
the part with the breathing?
Oh no, you know what? I was
Yeah.
supposed to give birth vaginally, right? And then you made it to the Super Bowl. And I got scared. So I
But
was
you're gonna be
like,
by yourself. I
yes,
wasn't gonna be there to support
yes.
you.
I was like, you need to take this baby out right now. Like tomorrow.
Because you didn't come to the Super Bowl.
I had a baby.
I know.
I had a 1 week old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah. Okay. So yeah, jump right in, right?
Brings back all the memories. So yeah.
So you had a C-section because my guy was trying to go get a ring.
Right.
Got close, but
I ain't mad at you, brother.
Right.
cigar.
I was due like right on like pretty much Super Bowl Sunday, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh, and I don't think I wanted a head coming out of my vag anyway. But yeah, so it just kind of worked out.
Okay.
All right.
Doesn't make you
A full baby coming out of my vag.
doesn't make you
actually.
feel glad to be a man that you don't have to pass a watermelon?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's tons of stuff that us men don't have to deal with. That's why we are so caring and respect the women so much, and make sure that we support them at every turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to be a woman. It is tough.
It is hard.
Really? Do you
It is
know?
hard.
It is so unfair. All you guys do is pump, and then you guys are done. You guys just move on with your day, and we're like carrying this, like trying to bake this life inside of us, and we're psychotic on top of everything else that's happening. And I don't know about most women, but I kind of gained a lot of weight, and then there's all that kind of stuff that goes with it, and
But that's
you
okay.
guys sit back
That's okay. That's
and
what I'm
still
saying.
all you do is pump.
We're providers. We're the hunter-gatherers, right?
Support.
Right.
And we have to deal with you guys while you guys are going through all those.
Oh, please. So what?
Not the easiest thing in the world, right?
Come on now.
Yeah.
So with that said, what was it like then managing the first baby? Let's say when he was gone playing ball. Like, how did you manage that? Because there's no
Well,
instruction manual that comes with the baby.
There is no instruction manual, and you really have to be prepared to not be prepared. It's like you just don't know. You don't know what kind of baby you're going to have. You don't know what their temperament's going to be. It's just, you just prepare for some crazy stuff because you never know. But when he was playing football and when Carmen was a baby, I actually lived at home. As in not with him.
So mom helped it.
So my mom was there, and I remember when Marcus was gone, and she was like, I don't know, 4 days old, and I was she cried a lot, like, can I say this?
You can say whatever you want.
Our first daughter was the baby from hell. I know, everybody, collect your pearls. But no, she literally was. She cried all the time. So when she was like 4 days old, she just cried and cried and cried and cried and cried. I cried with her because I didn't know what to do. I'm like, this baby just cries nonstop. And then she started doing some weird stuff. Like, I thought she was going to stop breathing. So what do? I run upstairs and just pass her to my mom. And my mom takes her, and then Carmen goes to sleep. And it's like a mother's touch, I didn't have that touch at that point. So my mom was there, and she
Got
really
it.
helped me while he was playing.
That's good. Now, when let's say you come home, you've been on the road, and now she's like, "Take your child."
Right.
How are you managing? Because did you have any experience ever before, like changing a diaper, like maybe like your brother's diaper when he was a baby, or like younger cousins, anything like that?
No formal training at all. I'm 10 years older than my youngest brother, so little stuff like babysitting, maybe rocking him to sleep, but never had to change a diaper or do anything like that. I would, I think I gave him a bottle, maybe stuff like that. So even like in the hospital when they hand me my daughter just to hold a baby, so you come in smooth, you got to be comfortable, but I'm there like my shoulders is up.
No, he's literally,
I'm scared and I'm tense. Everything is just so tight.
Right.
So of course I don't want to drop the baby. So that was my main thing, but no formal training. So I was going through this thing. We were going through this thing.
Winging it.
Yeah.
Freestyling and just putting it together and, not so much doing it together because I wasn't there. I was playing at the time, so I'm gone pretty much all day. I'm gone on holidays, gone for birthdays. So it was tough. So again, that's why we got to respect these women for everything that they do. Yeah, so thanks, Mama.
Thanks,
Am I getting points?
Nah.
But they go through a lot. But I say all that to say, man, it was tough.
Yeah.
It's tough, and I had the learning curve. But, man, I feel like I'm a pro now.
Oh, yeah, no, he had to learn because we were in the hospital. I just had Carmen, and he has her, and I can't remember how you were holding her. Maybe like this, and she's screaming, and I'm in my hospital bed. C-sections are no joke. That's a whole nother podcast,
show,
right? C-sections are no joke. So I'm in my bed. She's screaming, and I'm like, Marcus, and he's like not really answering me, and I'm like, Marcus, put her in a different position. And he's like not moving her. And I'm like, Marcus, put her in a different position. She's screaming. And he looks at me and he goes, I don't know how to move her. Right. He couldn't figure out how to get her from here.
I can't drop you if I'm locked in, right? So,
he was like, I don't know how to move her. And I was like, nurse. No, but
wait. I know what you're talking about because you're holding this baby and you're like, you don't realize how durable the child actually is, but you're like, this kid is super, like, it's fragile.
They're
you feel
fragile.
like, if you slightly move a certain way, like you're going to break something.
Right, yeah.
So I get it. Like,
but
he was locked in.
Yeah, I felt sorry at that point. At first I was like, what is wrong with him? But then when I realized he literally didn't know how to move her position.
I was stuck. I was at the edge of the diving board and kind of just like, no, I'm not going to move. I'm in a safe place. If I got her, I know she's crying, but.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you guys have the issues? I know we had this with I had this, especially me with my first son, picking up on babies' cues. So like they're just screaming, but you don't know what the scream means. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you don't know if it's they hungry or if they tired or if they pooped themselves. So you're just kind of like, it's like a roll of the dice of trying to figure out which one is what. Yes. How long did it take for you guys to figure that out? Like figure out the baby cues for your first daughter?
It took our fifth kid.
Oh, wow.
I was just about to say, I don't know if I ever figured it out, but you just go through your checklist. Okay, diaper, food, and, or they want mom or they want to be moved. You just go through your checklist.
Right. Especially when you're a young parent.
So.
It's like, I didn't know. I'm like, okay, I'm going to feed her. And then she's still screaming. I'm like, okay, I'm going to change her. Okay, she's still screaming. Okay, I'm going to feed. Oh, she's still You don't know what to do.
You was how old with the first kid?
Like 23.
Yeah.
23.
Okay. Yeah, so
I didn't know what to do. So instead I cried with her. Like what?
So when she started walking, how many times did you guys have to save her life?
And that's my thing, though, because I'm the fear parent. I that's when I get overly excited and my inner I don't know. Like if the kids are doing something that they're going to get hurt, that's when I get upset or, I I lash out at the kids because I don't want to see you get hurt. So if they get close to the table, there's plenty of time I'll be sitting down on the couch, and then, you know, I jump up from the couch because the baby's kind of waddling, and the table's right there, the corner's right there, right? And they're going, so, you know, you die to try to save them. So it was plenty of those, and that's kind of the anxiety in me. I think I get that from my mom. She's overly protective. Still is. Mm-hmm. I'm almost 40 years old, but she's still overly protective.
Just give your age.
Yeah. Hey, I'm still good, though. So.
You are. You're fine.
Yeah, but just overly protective to injury is my thing.
Right.
And I've always had that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Smokey the Bear for parenting. He's like, we got to prevent this. We've got to prevent. It's like, okay.
So you did all the baby proofing of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the most part.
A bit of duct tape on the corners, and you know, you can put a tennis ball on the corner and all that kind of stuff, and it's just moving stuff and not letting the kids climb up on stuff. Eventually,
we had like a 30-foot baby gate.
Yeah.
That went across our
Gates
whole
everywhere,
like living room. Oh my gosh, that didn't work.
Even though they find a way,
it didn't work.
So.
That was a fence.
Yeah,
fence.
pretty
It was
much.
literally a fence.
Yeah, it's like a fence.
Yeah. What advice would you guys give young parents that were in you guys' position? Like, if you can even, is it you just tell them like, hey, just roll with it? Or
there is no perfect parent, but what I will say is you need to adapt to your child. It is not about you. It is about that baby, and you've got to adapt to your child, especially if your child was like mine. Mm-hmm. You have to change your behavior and your actions for your baby so you don't shake him.
I would say it's okay to lose sometimes as a parent dealing with a young baby. Maybe 7 out of 10 times.
Taking the L?
You're going to have to take the L and just adapt to what the baby wants and what the baby needs. And you just got to get that mentality that, just like Jess said, it's not about you. It's not about what you think that baby should be doing or how that baby should act.
Yes.
You just got to roll with it. I mean, it could be, 3 a.m, the baby gets hungry, baby gets cranky. I mean, you can't really get upset. I know you may be pissed and you're
Wait.
The woman wakes up to breastfeed.
Wait. Did
so
you
should
say
focus in
you
and lock
don't really
in.
want to get upset?
Right.
When did you get up?
Plenty of times.
I'm like, did you hear her crying?
Sure.
Nope. But you were.
Sometimes I didn't, but I got the tap.
You
from
were right
though.
next to.
Tap for the elbow. Yeah.
It's like I'm tapping out. Like, ding ding, please help me.
I was right there.
Yeah, he was.
So the funny thing about that first like 6 months or a year when there's just a lot of like the breastfeeding stage and all that. I mean, the ladies got to understand there's only so much we can do. You're get right. It. You don't want to get up in the middle of the night and but
we want to feel like you guys are really.
Right. So for the guys, piece of advice that I always tell guys, especially dealing with a newborn, is when she's up at night breastfeeding, rub her back. Just rub her back and say, "Babe, I'm awake too," because she's. Well, here's the thing.
Nope, he's dead.
She's envious of the fact that you're still asleep. So you gotta wake up with her and just be like, "I'm awake too," even though I'm not contributing to this at all.
Right.
But I just want to let you know that if you're not getting any sleep, I'm not getting any sleep either. Now, granted, you could be half asleep saying this, half coherent, but I
need you to wake up and shed some tears with me.
See,
I need you to be in the thick of things, not just a back rub. I need you to feel what I'm feeling right now.
So you want him to sit on the edge of the bed and cry while you're breastfeeding, crying?
Yep. We're gonna cry.
Like I said,
if I cry, you cry, we
have
cry.
to deal with, and nobody talks about that side of it.
No one.
Not that I'm comparing, but there's some chores that come with supporting your woman that's going through an intense time.
Right.
So there's something to be said about that. It doesn't measure up.
Intense time. What exactly does that mean?
But the 25-year-old me was like, okay, I'm not a part of this, so I'm just going to continue to get my good rest, right? I got to get up early, so hey, why should we both be?
Why should we both tired? Why should we both be tired, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Hey, but we made it, right?
We made it. And payback is now every time our son wants something, I make him go get up. I'm like, do you know
And I'm okay
how many
with that.
nights I was up? Do you
I'm okay
know
with
how
that.
many times I have answered their call? Your turn.
So then how do you guys make time for yourselves? And then how do you make time for each other since you have to manage all 5 of these kids? And like you said, like, you know, there's so much time that guys have had to spend just doing this, feeding this person, doing this for that person, taking this person to practice, this, and that. How do you guys manage self-time?
Well, first of all, there is no time.
Like I
for
said, does that
yourself.
not exist?
No, it does not. Especially when you have multiple kids. Like, what is self-care? What is self-care? I mean, I do get my nails done. Okay, I do get my eyelashes done. I do get my brows threaded. But you know what? That is a job now. I do not even consider that me time. That is not me time. This is stuff I must do.
I agree, Mama. I agree.
Can you feel me?
I can feel you. I feel you.
Like, this is a must. This is basic maintenance. This is like, actually, this is low maintenance. Okay? As far as I'm concerned. But as far as time together, that is one thing we value. And
That's what I was going to say.
yes, it is a continuous effort to make time for each other and to do things together and to stay happy.
Right.
Because when you separate like that and he's doing one thing, I'm doing another thing, and it's just kid, and there's no just us. Mm-hmm. Me personally, I don't feel like that works.
Right. And I would agree, Jess, that we were here before the kids. So in order to keep that, you know, it was for a short period of time. Yeah. But to keep that going, to keep dating, to keep doing fun stuff, to keep laughing, and to keep being silly is a part of the dynamic that I think is a must, because you have the kids and you're stressed out doing all this different stuff. And
right.
It's been stressed out because you were pregnant for a number of years in a row,
right.
10 years in a row. So
let's not forget that.
we had to continue to make sure we were still friends, make sure we were still having fun, because the kids do take over your life. So we still chill. We go out and drink. We go to dinner. We hang out. We party.
We completely
dance.
separate from the kids.
Yeah. How often are you guys able to do a date night? Like once a month, twice a month? Obviously before COVID.
Right.
Pre-COVID.
Well, at one point it was like every weekend.
We was taking the kids.
We were like, hey, his mom, my mom. We're like, are you guys busy? Because we have got to get rid of these kids.
I know that's right.
Right. And to get out of our home
still
environment.
Young too, so we still wanted to be
we
out
was
and about
partying.
and,
Yeah.
Oh, we were partying.
shaking the leg. So
Shaking a leg. And I didn't let my daughter spend the night away from us until she was like a year old. So we would party, and then at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Go pick her up.
Oof. And bring her home.
It'd be like that though.
and I was supportive of that. I was right there with you
You were.
the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Rubbed your back and everything.
Yep, rub your back. Mm-hmm.
So when would you guys say then, because it's obvious then that you guys definitely try to find time for each other, and because you guys are still
It's crucial.
married
still like
and
each other
husband,
and
and
stuff,
y'all still
yeah.
like each other. It's not like, oh God, we got to renegotiate the contract when they turn 18, like not like that.
Well, a lot of parents do.
Yeah, I know some people like that. They're like, yeah, man, when these kids turn 18, yeah, I'm gonna renegotiate this contract. Like, I know people that talk like that.
lot
And
of
that's
people do,
because you
yeah.
don't take the time to spend time together away from your kids.
Right.
Like I said, when they are the center of your world and they're gone, you're sitting there like, I don't even like you.
Right.
I do not even like you. I ain't done nothing with you. We haven't had our date nights. We haven't started anything new together. We have nothing in
You
common.
gotta still date.
Right. Still got to keep it fresh and sexy.
Yep.
I guess it's a good way to put it. When is the last time you guys been on a vacation, just you two?
All right. Ice dispenser. Well,
Has it been a while?
like flown on a plane together and gone on a
Yeah,
vacation?
like, okay, kids, you're going to grandma's house for the next 4 days. Mom and dad are going.
COVID is
wherever.
really, I can't
Yeah,
even
COVID's messed up
remember
everything.
Was the
anything.
last one Spain?
That was a year ago.
I know.
I know we've gone somewhere since then.
Just
we went to Atlanta, right, for Dez's game.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot.
Now
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Now that Jess is flying, though, we take trips on our own, and we. Yeah, because we have like a little couples group or clique.
Yep.
That we kick it with.
Shout out to the couples group.
And we go out and do other thing, and everybody's really into the group, and it's good for us. I actually love it. I talked about this on the last show as far as dressing alike and doing stuff like that. I'm in a space now to where I'm doing stuff that I couldn't even, as a 25-year-old, I would never imagine. But,
right.
I mean, it's good fun. We go out and we have plenty of adventures and stuff that
we do. We like to try new things together and different challenges. And
doing
we started
stuff a lot of black people don't do.
Right.
So,
right. We started snowboarding 3 years ago.
And we love it.
We love it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Y'all are those kind of black folks.
Right. Yeah.
We don't hike. Yeah. What's hiking? Even though you live in the Northwest.
We do hike.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah. We do all those things. We hike, we snowboard,
Have you guys as kids ever tried to like play you against each other? Or like in a sense of like, it's like, well, dad said I can do this, but mom says that.
We have one child in particular that is currently trying to play us both, but I have her number.
Yeah.
I've got her because I am her. So right. You think you're gaming me down, but I invented the game. So yeah, she just tried to play us last weekend. Remember when you packed her lunch?
Oh yeah.
And she wanted something else. So we're getting ready to leave. And she's like, oh, Daddy wouldn't let me have mac and cheese. And I'm like, well, what did he pack you for lunch? And she goes, just like fruit. And I'm like, he didn't give you anything else but fruit. So I go inside, I grab a thing of mac and cheese, and Marcus comes out. And I'm like, Marcus, you only gave her fruit? He was like, no, I packed fruit. I packed a sandwich. I packed this. She tried to play me.
Not what she wanted, though, so that's what it was.
She tried to play me. So it's little stuff like that that they do.
Would you say she is the child that reminds you most of yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
And therefore, it's like, I see you. I am you.
Which child would you say reminds you of yourself, Marcus?
Right. I would say our first child.
Oh yeah.
Reminds me more of myself. You want to please everyone, always want to do the right thing, follow the rules.
Oh my gosh,
to a
rule
T.
followers.
And just I don't want to disappoint. And I was like that as a kid. I'm still like that. So that's why we're yin and yang. I'm in a box of the rules, want to make sure I do stuff right by the book and follow all the rules. Jess is the rebel, and so I'm
like, Marcus, go F this person up. And he's like, well, I'm like, excuse me, I've got it. Fire off.
I want to handle this in the business.
Right, and I'm like, nope.
Email type of thing.
Right.
But it works. But yes, my first daughter, definitely is
they're twins.
Yeah.
They are twins.
I like it. So.
That's good.
But remember, she started off as the baby from down under, but now she is.
I was a crybaby too.
Oh my God, she is the best kid ever.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. What would you say is like one of the most like memorable and like most ridiculous stories involving your kids? Like maybe like on a vacation. Or like something that's just like every time the family's around, you guys are like, oh my God, listen, there's this one time. Like that's what I want to know, because I know you guys got 5 kids. I know that there is some stories in there, like the good ones though.
Let me run down my list because there's so many stories. One that sticks out is when Carmen, of course, just Carmen, because we don't really remember our other kids. But
it all runs together.
Yeah, it all kind of like, what? who? What kid? What happened? I don't remember that. Our oldest, she was 10 months old, and she was doing her normal screaming and crying, but she had like kicked it up a notch, and she was miserable, and she just screamed and cried and screamed and cried, and we're both like, something is wrong. Something is so wrong with her. We don't know what's wrong with her. And we're getting worried. We're like, we're panicking. We don't know what to do. She's screaming. And we're like, all right, what maybe a lot of new parents do, we're going to take her to the emergency room. We're like, all right, let's get ready. Let's get her ready. Let's change her diaper, get her ready. And I don't know how you did it. I don't understand what made you do it. But Marcus put his finger, I don't know why, in her mouth. Well, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how to. I really don't know. Why did you? Do you remember why you put your finger in her mouth?
I don't. I'm trying to listen to the story to make sure I can remember the story.
Was she teething?
He goes, she's cutting a tooth.
Yeah.
And we were both like,
I do remember that.
Oh, okay. So that's what it's like. We don't have to go to put the phone down. Don't call 911. It's all good. So yeah, that was one of okay. So how did you figure that out?
Just trying everything. I don't know. Did she have a pacifier at that time? No. Yeah,
No.
So I was probably just trying to shut her up by putting my finger in her mouth. See if she would,
Wait a minute. This is going what?
Yeah. It's getting kind of.
Yeah. It's
Okay. All right.
It's
getting kind of weird.
But trial and error. Like I said before, you try the diaper, you try this, you try that. Hey.
And he might have just been checking to see if she was cutting a tooth because around that.
Sticking my finger in her mouth.
Right. I'm like, stick her finger, swirl it around and shit. Yeah. No. But he was the one. I'm like, 911, emergency, mom, somebody come help me. So yeah.
So you giving me credit for that?
No. It's like, yes.
I need this film. I need to make sure I got this.
I'm giving you credit.
Who handles the kids better in public?
Well, being that I have left my child screaming on the floor and walked out of a store.
Really?
I'm not sure if I am handle them the best.
You sound like my mom. My mom used to take me to like South Center. I used to act up. She used to take me in the dressing room at JCPenney's and used to whoop my ass.
Hey.
She goes, I'm gonna give you something to cry about. You
wear you out. Huh?
Yeah, my mom was so funny. She'd be the type, because there was 4 of us. We get out the car. She'd be like, all right, y'all, don't embarrass me in this store.
Instant.
Wait, you don't want us to embarrass you? Yeah. So
yeah, no. As soon as you let him out the car, it's they're going to embarrass you somehow. But what were we talking about?
I was asking who handles the kids better in public.
Oh yeah.
I think it's kind of half and half. There's times where, and we work together or we try to work together. I said I was not taking the kids out to dinner anymore. I can't remember at what age, but I wasn't doing it anymore. I was done. If we wanted to go to dinner, it would just have to be us 2, or if the family's not going out to eat because it's out of control. 4 or 5 kids. I don't know what it was at the time.
On our anniversary.
Yeah, but no,
he walked out. We went to the melting pot.
I got the kids and walked out.
We bought our 2 youngest.
Just there to eat.
I sat there and finished my meal.
I was like, nope.
I'm like,
let's go.
You can take these kids and get the hell out. I'm about to still sit here.
Were they like climbing on the table?
It was just
everything.
And they were crying.
It was a nicer restaurant
normal.
too, so people kind of the side eye.
Melting pot.
It was a melting.
You consider that?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. But
whatever it was, I was uncomfortable, and I didn't like the melting pot anyway because dinner is 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
The different courses and stuff. When you got kids there, I'm not sure why we did that or why we brought the kids with us, but either way, I said enough's enough.
He took him, walked out.
See, and that sucks being like in you guys' position of being like a known like family because like
I saw the true fonts in there, man. Yikes.
God,
got a little tense at their table.
God, those true fonts don't know how to manage those kids. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But I didn't really care about that. It was more just I wasn't enjoying myself there. Right. So I was like, if I'm not enjoying this, it's time to go.
Right.
Oh, well, and there have been times where there have been people giving disgusting looks while my kids are doing their thing and screaming, and like throwing stuff. And I remember we were at PF Chang's. Was it PF Chang's? I can't remember. And
Killing
so
these restaurants right now.
I know. Shout out to PJ. Shout out.
Hey, it's the experience you guys had.
So I'm with my kids, and I think I was with a couple. I think my mom might have been there too, and they're crying. They're acting pure fools. I mean, that's what they do, and I have no control. What am I going to do? Start like beating the shit out of him? No, that's not going to work. And so there was two people sitting at a table right by us, and the woman kept looking over and shaking her head. Oh, okay, wow. See, that's what you don't do.
Was I there?
No, you were not. I think you were gone. Right. You were playing. And so the kids are screaming, and I'm flustered at this point. Moms, you guys know when your kids are acting a damn fool, you can get flustered. Like, I start sweating, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. But the woman kept like over and over again, like looking over, like just giving me these disapproving head shakes, like, oh, look at you and look at your kid. And finally, I stopped. I looked at her and I said, stop effing staring at me.
That's how you handle that.
That was the last time she looked. As a matter of fact, I think they got their check and left.
Right back to dinner, right? That's right.
Yeah. I looked at her and I'm like, stop. And my mom is like, oh my, but good job. Like, stop. Do not do that. Do not ever do that to a parent.
Yeah, no.
You
Especially
never know what the parent is going through. They are trying their best. Like we said, you cannot control your kid. I mean, you can, but you can't. No, actually, you can't.
People have been shot for less.
They're going to do what they do.
I don't condone violence, but
one day we'll have to share our first class story when all of our kids flew first class and we fell asleep in the back.
I want to hear it now. Let's wrap it up with that. Let's hear that story.
So we had 3 kids at the time. I was pregnant with my 4th, and we decided to all fly first class, right? Yay, kids first class experience. Wait, okay, cool. So we had to be separated though, because they took up the first row of first class. So Marcus and I sat, 2 or 3 rows behind, and we were hoping that a nice person would go, I see your young kids in the front. Or no, they took up did they take up both rows in first class? Because we only had 3.
In front and they were behind.
No, they were in the very front. Right. Anyway, we were waiting for somebody to be like, you know what? We will trade spots with you so you can be near your kids.
No one did that.
No one did that. So the first thing we see is a whole menu fly back and hit this woman. And we're like sitting back there like, hey, whatever. The next thing, there's some peanuts that fly into another woman's purse. And like, it's like kind of on the side or something like that. And we're sitting there like, hey kids, hey kids. Really, it's like, keep going. But you can't do that. Calm down. So what do we do as great parents with our young children in first class? We fell asleep in the back. We fell asleep. And when we woke up, they were all sitting and they had trays of food because they had served dinner. And my youngest one, I think maybe she was 3 at the time, she had a fork and a knife. Another daughter had her hand fully submerged in apple juice. The other one was like kind of, I don't know, sword fighting or something like that. And we wake up and we're like, oh my God, they have tore up first class. And so that's kind of like the people behind them, that's what you get. When you see a parent separated from young children, you better move. But the stewardess were like, oh my God, they're such great kids. Yeah. Excuse me, they're sword fighting, full hand in apple juice, food all over. We had a great flight though.
Where were we going?
Can't remember. Yeah, Can't remember.
But that's why we give leeway. I know I give parents a lot of space on airplanes, and if there's anything I can do to help, if I can help the lady put the bag up or do anything,
He's such a gentleman.
I'm there. Yeah, just because we get it.
Right. But now we fly first class and our kids fly coach.
Fly coach?
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that said, we all learned don't fly with the true fonts.
Hey.
Episode 2 of Truly Unruly in the Bank. we're on Instagram now, guys. So follow
Yeah.
us on Instagram, truly unruly _podcast. We're on Apple Podcasts, Podcast One, and on YouTube. Just head over to this guy, Marcus
it.
Trufant, YouTube channel, and you can catch all the episodes. Remember, like and subscribe.
I did raise the roof, right?
I think you've done it several times. Go ahead.
He raised it. Till next time, guys.
We might as well. Right. Yeah, we might as well do that.